Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. Let's have a look at the Wood Colossal Quest for Shambhala. And yeah, this one I was wondering if we were actually going to get, but it suddenly appeared, so I was very happy about that. And then main gimmicks here are gravity barriers and damage walls. And then there's a little bit of a magic circle the last couple stages. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on. It's a pretty complex mission. But anyway, on this first stage, we want to get rid of these eagle guys, and then once we take them down, they will drop swords. And then the eagle guys, they can be taken down with regular attacks, but the basilisk and then the two wizard-looking guys, they cannot be taken down by regular attacks. So we need to pick up the sword first, and then we can actually do some damage to them. So yeah, you can see I did 10 million damage to the basilisk there in the center. There's some crazy multiplier that goes into picking up the swords, which is necessary for this quest. And then one of the most important things to do during this quest is to start out every stage with certain characters with swords. And so sword management is going to be sort of the name of the game of this mission. Okay, but yeah, again, we take down the eagles, they will drop swords, and then we use the power-up characters to take down everybody else. Okay, and then the eagle guys, they can be taken down with regular attacks, but they can also be taken down by kind of spread bump combos by people that have the sword. So in this case, both Ryoma and then Skitty, they have bump combos that are spread shots, so they can hit lots of guys. And then they can also take down the eagle guys in one go, in one turn. And that's pretty important to do the first turn, or as close to the first turn as possible, so that you can get those swords out, and then do more damage to everybody else the turns after. And then the wizard guy, he will revive the eagle guys. So if we see that we do not have enough swords, we can leave the wizards alone, and then they will eventually summon more eagle guys. Yeah, there they are. And then, so that's one way to get the sword. There is another way to get the sword, and that is just to wait a few turns. I'm not sure exactly how many turns, but if you do wait long enough, then the sword will appear. And then the basilisk, they have a very strong poison attack, so we would like to get rid of them as soon as possible. Okay, so we are entering the next stage, and then I see that Skitty has the power up, so I definitely want to hit her, so that her bump combo can hit the eagle guy, so that the eagle guy will drop the sword. Okay, very good. And then, yeah, we saw there that Azazel, he has the regular attack, and he wasn't able to do any damage at all to the basilisk. So yeah, it's very necessary to pick up the sword. Okay, but we can see how much damage that did to both Dr. Ginger and also the basilisk. Okay, if I wanted to, I could stall and then wait for the wizard guy to get some more eagles out. But I went ahead and just cleared the stage. And then, I think I can talk real quickly about the team that I'm using. I'll talk about this stage real quick first. So here's the first Shambhala mini-boss stage. And then, but the order is basically the same. We want to get rid of the eagle guys, pick up the sword, and then use that sword to hit everybody else. And then there's this Karma in the center, lower center. He can be taken down with standard level attacks, but the barrier around him can only be broken by the power-up guys. So yeah, with the power-up guy, you can attack the barrier, break the barrier, and then hit him and take him down. Or you can use one of the power-up bump combos, and then take him down, and then leave the barrier. But yeah, there is a poison attack from Shambhala, and that's kind of one of the main attacks of this whole mission is poison. So detox able berries are a very good idea. And then I'm using a Mikhail Transcendent, and she has status recovery. So anybody she hits, she would cure of the poison. So that's another way to get around it. Alright, so we've gotten rid of everybody, and then now with our power-up characters, we can do damage to the boss. And there's even more poison. Alrighty, to get back to my team, first I'm using a Sakamoto Ryoma, a Pierce with no gravity barrier, so he will have trouble with the damage walls. And he's got that spread shot that can take down the eagle guys with a power-up sword. And then a command strike shot, which is very powerful. And then actually you can use that to hit your teammates, and then have your teammates go in a certain direction so that they pick up a sword. So that's kind of a tricky way to get around that. Next I'm using Mikhail Transcendent. She's a bounce with both no gravity barrier and no damage wall. So she's my most mobile character. She can get around the gravity barriers and she won't take damage in the damage walls. And then her strike shot, she becomes a Pierce, which can be very useful sometimes. Either to do concentrated damage on a target, or to set off a like a spread bump combo. Okay, so here's the first boss stage. Everything is the same except for the two hands that we see on Shambhala. We want to get rid of the hand on the right, our right, as soon as possible, because it will hit us with a gravity attack otherwise. And then once we take it down, it will shoot out healing walls, and then it can be taken down by anybody. It doesn't have to be a power-up character. The hand on the left, however, our left, if we take that down, it'll hit us all with a power down attack, which is about the worst thing that can happen to us. So if possible, we want to avoid hitting it. But it only takes damage from power-up characters. So if we have a regular power character, we can go ahead and hit it and not worry too much. Okay, and then as we can see, there's a tick mark on Shambhala. Oh, yeah, there we took down the left hand by accident, and then everybody got power down. I felt that it was okay to do that, though, because there were so many swords out that I could have, made up the difference there. Okay, but anyway, there's a tick mark on the HP gauge of Shambhala. And then if we do not get it down there by a certain number of turns, they will take us out. So we definitely want to keep the pressure up there. And then, yeah, again, the only people that can do enough damage to her are the guys with the power-up. So Azazel, he had power down. He would not have been able to get enough damage in on the boss. So we used his command strike shot to move Skitty. And then Skitty was able to do enough damage to the boss that now it will enter that kind of final phase. And yeah, we had only one turn left before the ultimate attack, so that was good timing. So yeah, that buys us a little bit of time and then changes the boss's attack pattern. Okay, to continue talking about my team, next I'm using a Skitty, the evolution version. She's a newer character. And she's a bounce with null damage wall and then null magic circle. And the last two stages of this mission have magic circle, so that's good to have. She has that spread bump combo. It's a pure spread, I believe. And that's really good for hitting everybody on the screen. And then her strike shot is the tackle strike shot. And this is also really good for this mission, because it does that toss up and then does set amount of damage after the tackle. So even if she's power down or standard power, she can do set damage with that bump combo, and then take down a guy like an eagle or possibly somebody else. Okay, and then finally I'm using Azazel Ascension. He is another Pierce with null damage wall and then null magic circle. And then he's got that 12-turn command strike shot I was talking about, which does good damage on its own, but can also move other characters to pick up swords or else do damage on their movements. And then his bump combo is the speed up, And of course, the faster you go, the more hits you're going to get, and so the more damage you'll do. So yeah, all 4 of these characters are pretty good. And then I used all 4 of these, all the tries that I did. And I played for about an hour, and then finally I got a clear. So yeah, that went much smoother than either, who was it? Eden or Yomi. I hear a lot about how Shambhala here is the most difficult Colossal Quest of the first 5. So far I haven't found that to be true, but I'll keep playing them all and then I'll make up my mind about that later. Okay, so, 3rd boss stage, and then here we see some magic panels. There's also 2 under the basilisks. And then there I was really lucky. I was able to hit Skitty, and then her bump combo took out the 2 eagles, and then also the Karma that was hiding in the barrier. So already we have a lot less to worry about on this stage. But yeah, if you are able to start every stage in that kind of smooth manner, that can really help you a lot and make the mission go faster. But again, we want to get rid of the hand on our right first, so it does not hit us with a gravity attack, and then also so that it spits out the healing walls. Okay, I'm going to pick up that sword with Azazel, and then get some attacks on the boss, get the bump combo out. And there's that poison again. Yeah, there were lots of runs that I did where the poison was a problem, but not so much on this run, so that was nice. Okay, thankfully Ryoma hit 2 magic panels, so he returned to his original form. Alright, and then we drop the HP below the tick mark, so we buy ourselves a little bit more time. And then with Mikhail, we will pick up the sword, hopefully take it down the 2 basilisks. Excellent. Alright, Skitty does not have power-up, so we'll grab the sword and then we'll do some attacks on the boss. Okay, only 1 turn left until the ultimate attack, so I'm going to use Azazel's strike shot, but I don't want to have the guys move so that they hit the other hand. So I'm going to do it perfectly up and down, and then hopefully the hand stays. Okay, great. So yeah, very important to keep my power up, and also my guys in the non-chick form. So this is a good start to this last stage. Okay, again, same deal, except the 2 hands are covered with barriers. So we need to go after them with power-up guys. But here I'm lined up pretty well with the boss's weak point, and I have power-ups, so I'm just going to go ahead, get that attack in, and then take down the eagle guys. And that was excellent damage there. Okay, and then in order to get my speed and power up, but also to protect myself from the magic panels, I'll use Mikhail's strike shot. And that took down the hand on the right and then did great damage on the boss. Okay, and then with a Skitty we will try to get some damage in, but without taking out the hand on the left, on our left. Perfect. Very good. And 1 more attack should do it. So with Azazel, we'll kind of cross over and then pick up the sword, and then come back and then do the necessary damage to the boss. Oh, and it looks like Skitty's power-up bump combo is strong enough anyway, so that was that. Okay, so that was Shambhala, and yeah, not as hard as Eden or Yomi, I would say, but still pretty tricky. And it might be also very dependent on the type of characters that you have. I had almost an ideal team there, so... Alright, and there is Shambhala. Perhaps later I will do a review of them. Okay, thanks for watching, good luck with this, and we'll see you again. Take care.